Hi guys, this is Eunice and welcome to Shaw Herbal Medicine. Welcome to my channel, Welcome to Shaw Herbal Knowledge. Today we're going to be talking about another great herb, and I think I've talked about it once before. I think it's been a while since I talked about this particular herb, but today is the day we're bringing it back up. We're bringing it back around, okay? So we're going to be talking about wild lettuce. Now, this herb actually is not as common to you as some of the other herbal medicines are, but wild lettuce is a great herb, and a lot of people do still know about wild lettuce and so far, and all that. Again, this is another herb that's also easy to grow yourself and all that, and it's really, really good for you. Yeah. And of course, the lattice part, or it looks like when you're growing, it looks like maybe some type of cabbage coming up or something like that. But anyway, like I said, it's kind of easy to grow and all that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's give you the information of the great health benefits of wild lettuce and so forth. Mainly people use wild lettuce for pain. Wild lettuce is known as a great pain reliever, and you can also use wild lettuce in two formulas. You can also use it as a tea, or well, actually three formulas: as a tea, as elixir, and over capsules, and so forth. Those are the three formulations that you can actually use wild lettuce in, and so far. And most people that do use wild lettuce for pain use wild lettuce as an elixir, because they taste, I think it's like 4 drops and so forth with the little dropper and so forth, and it does very well. Goes down easy. And also it hits the spot. It doesn't have to dissolve because it's liquid. Okay. Wild lettuce is also used for anxiety and so forth, anxiety, depression, and so forth, to help you to relax. It's also great for insomnia and so forth, to help you to sleep. It helps relieve the pains and all that, stress and everything. It is also good for respiratory, helping you to breathe better, and all that, so that you can, relax and, get to sleep easier. Arthritis, because of the pain killing effect of it, it is good for arthritis as well. Poor circulation is another great benefit with wild lettuce. And also restlessness, anxiety, depression, insomnia, all those things go into one category and so forth. And of course, you do have the respiratory issues and so forth. You do have menstrual cramps. Menstrual cramps is wild lettuce is also great for menstrual cramps. If you are having that time and so forth, I would recommend a 4-ounce bottle of wild lettuce and so forth. It does the trick and all that. And it's a very good herb to have around your house and so forth, if you want to stay away from traditional painkillers that are strong from the doctors. A lot of people don't like taking those because they're too harsh. You got too much chemicals in them. They also don't like taking the supplements from the stores and so forth, because it doesn't work as effectively and so forth. So wild lettuce is right there, the perfect supplement for pain and all these other things and so far that I just spoke of and everything. Yeah, because now regular Tylenols or Advil and some other, even those non-branded painkillers and so forth, works for a lot of people, and it's good because you just go to the store, you just pluck them off the shelf, take a couple pills and this and that and so forth, and it works for you just fine for minor common issues and so forth, like a minor headache, a minor ache, or something like that. Okay. For severe pains and things like that, people used to go to the doctor. They want to get something more, heavier. They want to get something that's going to get in there and get rid of the pain, because the pain is great and so forth. So they want to do that and everything. So then you have wall lattice. Yeah, then you have wall lattice that comes in to take the place of both of those, painkillers and so forth. The regular Walmart, Target painkillers, the doctor's harsh chemical painkillers, or you can have the natural painkiller. So, it's all how you look at it and so forth. It's all how you look at it. But the thing of it is, you need all information in order for you to make a good and sound decision. You need to have all the information. So you need to have all the information on the Walmart Target painkillers. You also need to have the herbal medicine painkillers, and then you also need to have the traditional physician recommended or diagnosed painkillers, and all that. So if you have all the information and so forth, then you can make a sound and informed decision, whatever that decision is, and all that. But yeah, do your research on anything, everything really. Don't take anyone's word for anything. Do your own research, on any symptoms you have and so far. As I always say, when you have certain symptoms, you need to research it before you go in to see your doctor, so that you can have a more um, so that you can have a more sound conversation, a more valid, or more or a better conversation with your doctors and so forth, things like that, and everything. Have all these things in mind, and also too, even if you don't go in there with the doctor with all your research and discuss that and so forth, you'll be able to answer questions and so forth, or ask questions and so forth from what he's saying to you as to what you read and things like that. So it equips you better. I put it that way. It gives you're better equipped with information and so forth before you go in and see your doctor and all that. So that's what this video is all about. It's just giving out this information, constantly encouraging you to do research and so forth on everything, because we all want to live a wellness life. And of course, that is not what we're doing. We're not living a wellness life and so forth, but we all want to. But the more you know is the more you know, the better you are to get into those goals of living more healthier life, and things like that, whether it's mentally, physically, or whatever. It will give you at least a little advantage and so forth, things like that. So this is why I put this information out and so far, about the herbal medicines and so far, because I do know that a lot of doctors do not approve of them. Some do now. They are, coming around to approving FDA of some of the herbal medicines and things like that and so forth. But there is so many herbal medicines and things like that. And I have heard a lot of people say, "Oh, they don't work. They don't work." Well, a lot of the traditional medicine that the doctor gives you doesn't work either. So, excuse me. So there you have that. So you just have to do your research and figure it out and so forth, what's best for you, how things are best for you, and all that. So, in saying all of that, we're going to go back in and just hammer out the symptoms and the health benefits of wild lettuce and so forth. And if you cannot use this information, you can absolutely pass it on to somebody that can use this information. Like I said, wild lettuce is best known as a painkiller. A lot of people that using or seeking to use wild lettuce is in pain. And we're not just talking about just a little minor pain here and then, you don't have it for a while. We're talking about people who are basically constant in some kind of constant pain daily and so forth, whether it's mild or severe and everything. And of course, again, you have those three ranges of painkillers: Walmart, herbal medicines, and doctor medicine. So, okay. Wild lettuce is great for anxiety, depression. It aids in insomnia, helping you get to sleep. Restlessness, it does help you with that and so forth to calm things down so that you can relax, get to sleep. It does help with respiratory issues as well. It's good for menstrual cramps, arthritis, and so forth. This is where we're talking about pain. A lot of people with arthritis are in constant pain every day. I don't. Some are in severe pain. Some are in, I guess, they from minor to medium type pain, but in pain, nonetheless, every day. This is also aids some certain cancers. I didn't say that before, but yeah, cancers are also on this list as well. While lettuce do aid in certain cancer, and also too, um, certain cancer do cause inflammation, pains, and things like that as well. You can have cancer for a long time without knowing it, without any symptoms and things like that. But then you also can have cancer with, flare ups, pains, and inflammation, and all that stuff. Poor circulation is another one, and so far, poor circulation, you know that it's an issue and so forth, poor circulation and so forth. You definitely need to have your blood circulation running smoothly because it affects other parts of the bodies and things like that. And again, restlessness also is one of those and so forth. And when you're in pain, when you can't sleep, anxiety, depression, and all that, and all these things, it robs you of your sleep. And we know that we have to have a certain amount of sleep. If we don't have a certain amount of sleep, then our health will fail even more so. So we do need to get our rest and so forth. And sometimes you wonder why people that are sick and so forth sleep so much and so forth. It's because this is what the body is calling for. I'm that way as well. When I feel bad, when I'm sick, I sleep and so forth. And it helps the body and so forth. We need that sleep and all that. So we need to, again, if you have symptoms and things like that, do some research on the symptoms you have, inform yourself, and then inform your doctor and all that, so that you and your doctor can have a better conversation and so forth, and you'll be able to understand more, and you'll be able to answer or ask pretty good questions and so far about your health and all that. So it is a win-win situation and so far, to do your research, to seek herbs or healthcare provider before you begin any herbal regimen, or do your research if you're thinking about using any kind of herbal supplement or things like that to help you to live a wellness life and so forth. So yeah, and that's what it's all about. Being able to get up in the morning, do the small things you want to do, the big things you want to do, and just be on your way to do whatever it is you need to do, and so forth. Because nobody wants to be sick and so forth and things like that. So let's live a wellness life. Let's do all that we can to live a wellness life. And sometimes living a wellness life just starts with research on ways to help you to get out of the slump that you're in, and things like that. So thank you for joining me today and listening to me on and on about wild lettuce. It is a great herb and so forth, and it does give you a whole lot of health benefit. And we'll be back next week with another herbal knowledge. Sometimes I'm getting back into the herbal medicines that I've already talked about. Sometimes I'm coming up with some new ones and so forth. Again, as a herbalist, I'm always learning and so forth about different herbs. There's just so many herbs out there and so forth that can help you live a wellness life. And I thank you, and I'll see you next week. Bye.